Welcome back to Soundwave 2013, and with us we have Mr. Kerry King from Slayer. Kerry, welcome to Soundwave, and welcome to Melbourne, and welcome to MetalObsession.
Oh, is that what this is called? I'm like, wow, what was that last thing? Thank you.
There you go. Look, first things first, Soundwave 2009, Tom's lost his voice and he's played the gig. No vocalist. 2 years later, 2011, he's been carted off to hospital with an ear infection.
We did Soundwave 09?
No, you did the normal, gig.
Okay,
that was the one with Megadeth.
Yep.
So 2 years later in 2011, he's off to hospital. 2013, 2 years later, I'm just worried about the 2 year itch. Is he cool? Is his gig going to happen today?
Oh, absolutely, dude. We had 3 days off. We did 3 in a row without much rehearsal and kind of blew his voice out at the end of the third show. Didn't mess up the show, but he had 3 days off. It's going to be great. I'm going to feel like Superman today.
Wow, awesome. I read before you guys came out, you're working on a new album. How far into that are you?
Well, 2 songs are done. They just need to be mixed. Another one's done without leads and vocals on it. And I've got 9 others to record, so we're in really good shape.
Good. So hopefully sometime this year, maybe early next.
I always think it's going to be sooner than later, and I'm always changing my story. But I mean, I really think we can go in and record between this and our next tour in June. So if it's all finished, then it can be getting mixed while we're in Europe, and I don't see any reason why it can't be out this year. So don't hold me to that, but that's what I'm looking for.
Well, that's what we're looking for. Really important question. Can you just give us a quick update on how Jeff's going?
Jeff's, I don't have an update. I haven't seen Jeff in forever. He's always been a recluse, and he's even been more of a recluse since he's not going on tour with us. But our manager talks to him from time to time, sees him in LA, just randomly. But I'm far from LA, so I'm not in that loop. But I guess he's just getting better. It's just one of those things where he can do anything in life. He could be hanging here having a good time with us. He could probably play South to Heaven, but he's not going to be playing Jihad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just a muscle memory kind of thing, I guess. At this point.
But has he been involved at all in this new album, the songwriting process for it all? Or has it all been obviously yourself and I should say Dave beforehand? Has he been involved at all in this, or has it just been really yourself nutting it all out?
It's just all my stuff for now.
Oh, there you go.
But, I did that just in case, because I don't know what Jeff's intentions are. So I wanted to have Slayer covered in case he doesn't come to the party. So if he comes to the party, then we got tons of songs.
Speaking of coming to the party, God willing he gets well and he's given the chance to get back into the family fold and everything like that, contingencies, have they been made in case he doesn't make it back?
Well, I think...
Gary Holt's been doing an awesome job the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think Gary's in for the long haul. I haven't really discussed it with him, but, he keeps his schedule free when he knows we're on tour. And I'm pretty sure if Jeff all of a sudden came back in June, we would probably pay Gary for freeing up his time. I don't want to treat somebody that's bailed us out for 2 years badly, but if Gary played with us forever, I'm okay with that. But if Jeff got better and said, "Hey man, I'm ready to play," and he came to rehearsal and showed us he was good enough, that's his show.
Before you coming out here, obviously you're in the search for the drummer and everything like that. John Detz stepped in to help out for this one. How'd you come up with him? Was he the first name you thought of?
John? Sorry, I was watching Jericho go by. Yeah, he was actually, because I got a lot of friends in this business, and I was thinking at the first instant of Trouble in Paradise, I'm like, all right, what could we do? First off, I thought there's probably no way to get a visa for somebody this quick, and I knew John was with Anthrax, and in a perfect world, I was thinking maybe he could do both. So I had to call him up and say, "Hey man, hate to drop this on you," but and he was stoked, and I did the right thing. I called up Scott, asked him if he minded, and I rehearsed with John for 3 days, and we came out and did it.
Yeah. Just want to quickly touch on this. When this whole thing got announced, Metallica got announced, then you guys, then Anthrax in Australia, man, we were just baying for blood that it was going to be another Big Four happening out here. What's going on with the Big Four? Do you think that's done and dusted? Do you think it's going to be happening again? Any chance of it coming out here?
I think it's done for now, but most of the people had a good time on it. But at the end of the day, first off, you got to get Metallica wanting to do it. And then you got to make everybody's time free, which is very hard to do. Get 4 headlining bands where they can all do something at the same time. But I love doing it. The next two shows I'm not going to be able to see Metallica because we got to fly out early, but hoping to catch them in Perth.
2013, so we're up to the 30th year anniversary of Show No Mercy, the debut, which is an awesome debut, and it still holds up really well to this day. So that's awesome work back then. Very, very much foresight shown in that one. Any plans to celebrate it? Is it like a re-release with bonuses? Is any plans to maybe play it live from start to finish?
I think it was re-released on Metal Blade recently, like within the past 4 or 5 years. I think all of them were. I think they just updated them and gave them some sort of picture disc on the inside. As far as playing the whole album live, I don't foresee that. Yeah. The only thing I would maybe be interested in is getting all the ones we played recently that hold up the best. Maybe doing a little block of Show No Mercy in the middle of a set somewhere. Yeah. Haven't really discussed it, though.
But harkening back to that, I mean, it's been 30 years now since that, and obviously beforehand when you started. When you were doing the early club days with, obviously, likes of Metallica, then Dave's come along and has done his whole Megadeth thing and everything like that. Did you ever envisage that there'd be like a Big Four kind of thing? Was it so different what you were doing back then? Did you ever see it becoming what it did become?
Not really, You're talking about us being like 18, 19 years old, so of course you thought you were going to make it because you didn't know how to fail when you're 19. You just, you're just bulletproof.
Yeah, you just did it.
And, looking back to this day, aside from Metallica being gigantic and us and Megadeth and Anthrax bringing up the rest of it, nobody saw that back then. Nobody saw Metallica being the next Maiden, Yeah.
The thing with Soundwave, there's a lot of downtime between shows if you're not doing your headliners. I mean, I know you did your headliner out there in Sydney. What have you been doing in your downtime?
Well, day before yesterday was a travel day, and if you fly in the middle of the day, it just breaks it up. The day off in Sydney, I went to Australia Reptile Parks. I got some friends there, and get behind the scenes and do all kinds of stuff that if I wasn't in Slayer, I wouldn't have the opportunity to do. Yesterday, I went and saw Anthrax and Fozzy. So I've been keeping busy.
You've been keeping yourself busy. I was just gonna say also. Oh, so we're quickly getting the wind up here. Anything else you want to say to the viewers at Metal Obsession?
No, man. Keep staying obsessed with metal, and hopefully next time we come, we can do a headline run because we haven't done a headline run here in 6 years, maybe.
That's the thing. Are there plans to come out here doing a headlining run soon?
Well, the cool thing about the timing of this is we're getting a record. Hopefully out this year. And maybe next year, we wouldn't do Soundwave, but maybe we can come like 6 months away from Soundwave, so we don't conflict with Soundwave and come back and do a, headline run. So we play an hour and a half, hour 40, and, you get more of a Slayer show.
Well, awesome. Well, look, thanks a lot for your time. Have a great time at Soundwave Melbourne. Hope you enjoy the day. Hope you enjoy the rest of your time in Australia, and thanks a lot for everything.